While the Great Salt Plains of northwest Oklahoma are best known as the place to dig selenite crystals, the wetlands of the Salt Plains National Wildlife Refuge contain other treasures. Within the mud and water of marsh habitats live millions of snails, worms, crayfish, and aquatic insects. Because these animals don't have a backbone but are large enough to see, they are called macroinvertebrates. Macroinvertebrates are food for many animals. Hungry birds, such as shorebirds, egrets, and herons, equally gobble up macroinvertebrates. For these birds, macroinvertebrates are a tasty meal. Let's join Becky Wolf, who is an environmental educator for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and third grade students from Timberlake Elementary School as they catch macroinvertebrates, the treasure of the marsh. Listen carefully as Miss Becky explains to the students how to use a dip net, as well as the importance of always following safety rules when catching macroinvertebrates along a shore.
All right, welcome to Salt Plains National Wildlife Refuge. My name's Miss Becky. You guys are Timberlake Elementary, third grade. Are you guys excited to be here today? Yes. Bugs get started in a pond, and we're gonna find some of those today by looking inside of the bottom pond habitat. So, if we're going to be looking for bugs, are we going to look for all four types of our habitat? We're going to look for their shelters. We're going to look for where they find their food. We're going to look to see where they have enough space to spread out. But do we have to look for the water? No, we already know where the water is. Now, boys and girls, this is a dip net. And with this dip net, we're actually going to go to the pond, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. And we're going to scoop up some animals. But boys and girls, once you scoop up the animals, are you going to sit there and shake it?
No.
No, what's going to happen if you do that? They could die. What else could happen? They could fall out of the net. So what we're going to do, as soon as we scoop something in, we're going to bring that net back to us and put our hand under it. And then you're going to walk up to me at the picnic table and say, Miss Becky, can you help me find things? But most of the times, you guys are just going to look down and be like, oh, there's snails in there. There's a big bug that looks kind of scary. But you know what? These bugs aren't going to harm you, okay? So you guys aren't going to have to worry about that. Now, boys and girls, a little couple things. Does this look like a sword to you? Does it look like nunchucks? Do I want to see you somebody in the stomach? No. But we're going to make sure that these are nice and easy for you guys to use. And then once we find stuff, we're actually going to put them in our nice clear observation tanks to look at them. We're going to try to see what types of bugs there are. Are you guys excited? Are you guys ready to get started? Yeah? All right. Let's see what Miss Becky found. Leaves. I found leaves. Do you think there could be anything on the leaves?
Yeah.
Let's see. What did I find? Oh, I found a couple snails. So there's wildlife to be found. So go ahead and go down there. Is anybody finding anything?
No.
Are you sure? Come up here and show me. You know what? This is a really cool potted plant, so we're going to put that in there. Just look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? Hurry, why don't you go look for some more stuff, okay? Oh, very good. Caitlin, you know what you found? Yeah, good job. All right, go ahead and go back and look for some more stuff. That's a good sign.
It's a big bug.
It's a big ew. Show me the big ew. Oh, that is good. Look at that.
On it too.
That is a good find. The technique I'm actually using here is really a cheap, effective way to actually look for macroinvertebrates. All it takes is a bucket and a spool of rope, just your plain rope, and just a little bit of oomph, and you can get some macroinvertebrates really quick. What I do is I allow the bucket to actually sink, and once it actually sinks a nice far distance down, I'll just pull it in with the rope, and you can always find something in it. It's always good to keep the organisms that you find in the same water temperature and control that you find them in. That way they're actually going to survive the review process.
We've watched Miss Becky and the third graders from Timberlake Elementary catch macroinvertebrates. In the next episode, Miss Becky will show us how to observe macroinvertebrates by using a magnifying glass and a microscope.